Visual Traffic Recorded Online Training, Traffic Management, Session 1. In this session, we'll cover log avail codes, log events, log notes, creating new templates, merging templates, drop many, replace one date, and projection defaults. Log templates in Visual Traffic are made up of three distinct elements: avail codes, events, and notes. And log avails are the only required element. A log avail code is a name given to a unit placeholder within an avail set. An avail set is simply a group of avails, also known as a stop set, a break. Each line of an order is set to an avail code on the log so that the commercial places correctly on the log. A log event can be something such as weather, high school sports, college football, Sunday morning church services, or even a day part, morning drive. Log event groups allow you to group together multiple log events. So if you wanted to target a spot to both morning drive and afternoon drive, you could create a log event group and put both of those events into that group. Then the order would target the log event group. And then we have log notes. Log notes are a component on the log. They are just informational lines. They give information and reminders to studio people or traffic people when working the log. You can see these notes while you are editing the log and also during printing if you wish. Log avail codes. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and create an avail code. We're going to go to Logs and Log Avail Codes. When your system ships, it ships with several avail codes already in the system. To add a new avail code to that, you would click New, type in the log avail code name, and then decide which avail code flags needed to be attached to this. Adds to commercial time is the default. This means when doing inventory reports, this unit is counted as a commercial. You want to keep track of it in your unsold inventory. Is this a sponsorship avail? If this is a sponsorship avail, there is a mark next to this avail and any spots that go in this avail when you print your paper log. Your news sponsors would be a sponsorship avail that do not add to commercial time. And then we have network avail. Network log avails don't affect commercial time or units sold in the inventory report. The printed program log, however, does include these network avails in the commercial time and units. So if you have network spots that you are carrying, make a spot for the network avail and mark it as a network avail, but do not make it a sponsorship or adds to commercial time. We'll go ahead and save. If you would like to see all of the items that are already in this list, you could click Print and it will print out a listing of your avail codes. Go ahead and click OK when you're done. Log events. To create an event, we're going to go back to Logs and Log Events. Make sure you are working in the correct statement group when creating log events. To create a new log event, you would click New and type in the name, the length of the event, hour, minute, second. Is this a standard event or a billable program? A billable program would be somebody that is paying you for a block of airtime, such as a Sunday morning church service, an infomercial, etc. Standard events are typically such items as your news, your weather, your sports, shorter form programming that allows sponsorships and regular commercials inside the event. If you want these to print on the work log and on the program logs, make sure that you leave them checked. Orders may target this event. If you leave this box checked, when you enter the order, you may target this event. Tabbing again brings you to source code. Source code is where does the program originate from. Feel free to add additional source codes if you need to. This would not be a cart number, just the location where it came from. In this case, we'll say recorded. And then your FCC type code. What type of programming is it? And save. Once again, you can get a listing of these by clicking Print. To create a log event group, you'll go to Logs and Log Event Groups. Select your statement group. In the News Rotator event group that I've created, the name is News Rotator. And from the left side where my available events were, I added local news, sportscast, and weather. So anybody targeting the news rotator could go in the event of local news, sportscast, or weather. Once you've created it, click Save. Log Notes. The third element of our log is log notes. Remember, log notes are just informational lines on your log. When we ship visual traffic, the blank line log note ships with it. This is just a blank line on your log. You can choose to print it on your work log and on your program logs or not. Click New and then type in the text. Then decide whether to print on work logs and print on program logs. If this is just a note to you as a traffic person, I would not print them on the logs. Go ahead and click OK. Creating new templates. Now it's time to put these pieces together. To do so, go to Logs, Log Maintenance. Make sure that you have the correct station selected and click New under Available Templates on the right side. When creating a new template, if it is just an hour, it's just a part of a log, you are going to want to uncheck Display and Log Maintenance and always make sure that you have Always Prompt for Time Offset checked. Time offset is the start time. You'll notice that your station is here in the upper left-hand corner. The template name. To rename this template, simply highlight it and type over the name. For instance, we may call this one Generic Hour. A generic hour would be one that would be used more than once in a day. When you are building your day, you are making mini templates. The first step is to decide which hours in your day are similar and create a mini template for those hours. Once we have all of our mini templates built, then we will merge them into the regular day to make a complete day. So our template name is Generic Hour, and the first item we want to put on our log is a log note, and we are going to add at midnight. All of my hours when I'm creating mini templates start at midnight. It will make merging these hours together much easier later on. Next, let's add a log event. I've switched my log item type to log event, and then I can scroll down the list. If the event I wanted was not in this list, I would click the jump box and create a new one after selecting the correct statement group. This also is going at midnight. You'll see now that it has the end time on it. It is a recorded and the length is 1 hour. Let's go ahead and put some avails in there now. The commercial avail that we created. Go ahead and add this to create an avail set. The time offset is what time do you want your avail set to begin. I'll start mine at 8 minutes past the hour, the commercial time and the audio time. If this is just a regular commercial break and the only items that are going to be in it are commercials, commercial time limit and audio time limit will have the same length. Your priority in avail sets are what break order do you wish this break to fill. If I wanted this break to fill first, I would make it a 255, whereas if I wanted it to fill last, I would probably make it a 100. Go ahead and click OK. There is 1 unit so far in my break. I can continue to click Add because commercial is highlighted and add another unit until I have 4 units in my break for a 2-minute break. If your station sells mostly 60s, I would make this 3 units so that you had a chance for 2 30s and a 60 if necessary. Let's create another new break. We'll click on Commercial, Add, and this time we're going to say Insert New Avail Set. This break will be at 20. It will be a 2-minute break with a forecast in it, with a weather sponsor in it. So now your break becomes 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the audio. Remember that your sponsorships are not counted as commercial time, but they are included in your audio time. And I would make this break first to fill. If I put anything in this length column, if I put anything in this length field, this unit will only be able to accept that length. So if I put 60 in this avail code, since I put 60 in that length field, this unit can only accept 60-second spots. When I click Add again, you'll notice it still defaults to 60. You can set it to 0 and then it will accept any length spot. You can also use your Alt-A combination to add spots to this. So there are our commercials. Now let's add our weather sponsor. Add and OK. Creating yet another avail set, we'll go back to Commercial, Add, Insert New, put it at 45. You may also put other notes into the log if you need to. Make sure this break is filled. So if I want to add make sure this break is filled, I'm going to add it, and I'm going to put it at 19. so that it comes right before the break that I need filled. Once you've completed this hour, go ahead and click Save. Merging templates. Now let's begin our new day. We've got our generic hours set together. We've got some other hours created, so let's click New. When naming an entire day, it's advisable to put an asterisk in the front of the name. When you do this, this means this log will be at the top of your list in log templates. This time you'll leave Display and Log Maintenance checked, and you will change the icon displayed for this. We have icons assigned to logs so that when you look at your log calendar, you can tell at a glance which template is on that log. There are many icons you can use in here. Now it's time to merge the templates you built together to make the log. Here's our generic hour we created. So we click on it and click Add. Insert at time offset. What time do you want to merge this template to? Starting source at time offset. What time are you copying from? And for how long? So I want to merge it to midnight from midnight for an hour. If we add again, this time we'll merge to hour 1, but we are still copying from midnight. So now you've got your 1 a.m. hour, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. If you have another hour you want to put in, simply put it in. You'll notice that you do not have to do these in order. If you insert the hour at the wrong time, go ahead and copy over it. You'll see that I copied my news hour to the wrong time. I simply merged generic hour over the top of it. Go ahead and put that news hour back in at 6 and 7 and so on and so forth. Once you are done with this, save, and it will take longer to save your complete day than it did for your mini hours. We'll go ahead and close. You will see the new templates on the right hand side. All of your templates are listed here. And on the left side is your calendar where your existing templates have been placed on log days. Drop many. Let's go ahead and change our calendar now. We're going to do a drop many. We're going to put different templates on those log days. Make sure that you have the correct station selected. Then select the log template you want to place on there. Select your start date and your end date. So if you were doing a format change, your start date is the effective date of the format change. Your end date will be the last online date. In this case, the last online date is 12/29/2011. Select the days of the week you wish to drop this template on and click Drop. When you do this, any log days that have templates on them already are going to have all of their spots go to the bump list because you are replacing that format. Are you sure you wish to continue? Yes, because when you are done dropping your logs, all of those logs will reschedule. And your log days create. Click Close. And here are your new templates on the log. If you look in the next month, you'll see they're all there. Replace one date. If for some reason you needed to place a special log on a day, for instance Labor Day Monday, you don't want to run a regular weekday schedule, you want to run your weekend schedule, simply click on the weekend template and drag it over on top of the date you need to drop it on. This log day already contains a format. If you choose to continue, all spots on the log will be moved to the bump list. Are you sure you wish to continue? Once again, yes, because they will reschedule. And you will see that there has been a reschedule message successfully sent to the visual traffic scheduler for that new day. Projection defaults. The last thing we need to take care of are our projection defaults. When you are dropping a new log with a format change, you are going to want to change the default projection templates. All of your logs are listed, and you just need to scroll down through your list and find the one you want. Tab, and then you could also type in rather than scrolling. If you change your format frequently, it might not be a bad idea to put the date of the format change as part of the template name. To review what we've covered in Traffic Management Lesson 1, we learned about avail codes and the avail code flags. We discussed log events, whether they were a standard event or a billable program, and how to create log event groups. We discussed log notes and their use, creating new templates and the use of icons for those new templates, merging templates to create a new day, how to drop many templates onto the calendar at one time, how to replace the template on one date, and your projection defaults. From all of us at Marketron, thank you for viewing.